Sara had always been the kind of young woman who believed she could handle things on her own. At 26, living in a small apartment in the city, she worked long shifts at a clothing store. Most nights she reached home early, but this night was different. A late delivery, a broken billing system, and a frustrated manager meant closing the shop far past normal hours. By the time Sara stepped out, the streetlights had already dimmed into that eerie quiet that only cities have after midnight. Her phone battery was dead, again. Her bus had stopped running. And her home was a 30-minute walk away. Sara tried to calm her breathing as she hugged her denim jacket tighter around herself and started walking. The night was cold, and each echo of her footsteps bounced off the empty buildings like a warning she didn't want to hear. But she kept going. 5 minutes later, she noticed it. A shadow behind her. Then the subtle rhythm of someone else's footsteps. She slowed. The footsteps slowed. She stopped. They stopped. A chill ran through her spine. Sara refused to look back. She told herself it was nothing, someone else going home maybe. But deep down, her instincts knew better. She crossed the street. The shadow crossed too. Her breath started to tremble. The farther she walked, the darker the neighborhoods became. Closed shops. Locked houses. No lights, no cars, no people. Only fear. She whispered to herself, almost home. Almost there, but the presence behind her was closing the distance. Just then, a faint light appeared from the corner of the street. A vehicle. Slow. Steady. And getting brighter. Sara's heart pounded. Was it more danger? The vehicle rolled closer, and the headlights revealed the blue and white colors. A police car. Sara felt her knees weaken with relief. The car slowed beside her and the window slid down. A calm, steady voice spoke. "Miss, are you okay? It's late to be walking alone." Inside the car sat Officer Adil, a man somewhere in his early 30s, with tired eyes but a gentle expression that made her feel instantly safe. Sara hesitated, still shaken. Someone was following me." Officer Adil's focus sharpened immediately. "Get in," he said softly. "You're safe now." She climbed into the passenger seat, her hands still trembling. The officer turned the car around, but before driving away, he looked into the mirror. "Is that the person?" A figure stood at a distance, half hidden behind a street sign. When the police car's lights hit him, the man stepped back into the shadows and disappeared. Sara's voice cracked. "That's him. He kept following me." Adil nodded. "You did the right thing by staying calm." As he drove her toward home, the tension slowly melted. He spoke gently, asking what had happened, where she lived, and if someone could come meet her. "No," she said, embarrassed. "I live alone." That's when Adil understood the full weight of her fear. He decided not to drop her just at the main gate but escorted her all the way to her apartment door. "Before leaving," he said, "if you ever feel unsafe, even if it's something small, call. You're not alone." Sara felt tears form in her eyes. "Thank you. I mean it. Thank you for tonight." He gave a kind smile. "Just doing my job." But that wasn't the end. The next morning, Sara woke up earlier than usual, replaying the night over and over. She would have been in real danger if not for the officer. She decided to visit the police station with a small box of homemade cupcakes as a thank you gesture. When she walked in, nervous and unsure, Officer Adil was taken completely by surprise. "You didn't have to come," he said with a shy smile. "I wanted to," she replied. "You saved my life." That simple moment sparked a soft, warm bond between them, something unexpected, gentle, and real. Over the following weeks, Adil checked on her occasionally, just to be sure she felt safe. Sara began to trust him deeply. Their conversations grew longer, filled with laughter, stories of struggle, and dreams of something better. Sara learned that Adil had lost his younger sister years ago, also while walking alone at night. The guilt of not being able to protect her had pushed him into becoming a police officer. And saving Sara that night healed a part of him he thought would always stay broken. One evening, Sara received a call. The police had caught the man who followed her. He had a record. He had been watching her for days. When she went to the station to give her statement, she saw Adil waiting outside, leaning against the wall, hands in pockets, eyes hopeful. "I'm glad you're okay," he said softly. "I am," she whispered. "Because of you." There was a pause, the kind that fills the air when two hearts finally understand each other. Adil spoke first. "Look. I don't want to cross any lines. But if you're comfortable, can we talk outside work? Maybe grab coffee sometime?" Sara smiled, a smile filled with gratitude and something more. "I'd like that."